He thought it would be an easy stunt, an innocent black man stopped, humiliated, and framed for the world to see. The police captain's camera was rolling, every move designed to spark outrage and gain attention. But what he didn't know was that the man he targeted wasn't just another victim. He was someone far more powerful, with secrets that could shatter the captain's entire career. What happens when justice turns on the one who tried to abuse it? Marcus Johnson lived a life that most people never saw. By day, he blended in with the crowd, quiet, humble, never drawing unnecessary attention. He wore simple clothes, walked the same streets as everyone else, and lived in an apartment that didn't stand out from the rest. Neighbors knew him as polite, reserved, and dependable. No one would have guessed the weight of the badge tucked away in his wallet, hidden behind the ordinary mask he wore. Marcus wasn't just another man navigating the city's daily grind. He was an undercover FBI agent, dedicated to exposing corruption within law enforcement. For years, he had quietly watched how officers twisted their power for personal gain, how lives were destroyed in the name of law and order, and how cameras turned into tools of both justice and exploitation. But outside of his work, Marcus was still a black man living in America. He knew what it felt like to be stared at too long in a store, to have car doors lock when he walked by, to feel the sharp sting of suspicion for no reason other than the color of his skin. Even with his badge, even with his authority, he understood one truth: there were moments when none of that would protect him. And on this particular night, as he walked through a quiet downtown street, that truth was about to confront him head-on. The flickering streetlights cast long shadows, the city eerily calm. A patrol car slowed as it passed, then stopped. Marcus didn't know it yet, but the man stepping out, the police captain himself, wasn't looking for justice. He was looking for attention, and Marcus was about to become his target. The captain, known among his peers for his hunger for recognition, had a reputation. He wasn't satisfied with simply doing his job. He craved the spotlight. Social media had become his stage, and body cams, phones, and viral clips his ticket to fame. He had filmed staged encounters before dramatic arrests, confrontations that made him appear fearless and decisive. But this time, he wanted something bigger. When he spotted Marcus walking alone, he saw more than a man. He saw content, an opportunity, a narrative he could twist for clicks and claps from those eager to see justice served. The captain's voice cut through the night. "Hey, you there, stop." It wasn't a request. It was a performance, his tone sharp, practiced, and designed to provoke. Marcus paused, cautious, scanning the scene. Other officers began circling, some already recording. Their smirks weren't hidden. This wasn't a routine stop. It was entertainment. Marcus felt the weight of the moment. He had seen enough incidents to know how quickly they could spiral out of control. His heart pounded, not out of guilt, but out of recognition. He wasn't Marcus the FBI agent right now, to them. He was just another black man on a dark street, and that was enough to make him dangerous in their eyes. The captain barked orders, accusing Marcus of crimes he didn't commit: trespassing, resisting, even theft. None of it was true, but the cameras didn't care. The officers laughed under their breath, their performance fueled by the belief that no one would question their word over his silence. Marcus raised his hands, staying calm, calculating every move. He knew he could end this charade in seconds by flashing his badge, but timing was everything. Exposing himself too soon could ruin months of investigations into the very corruption playing out before him. Too late, and his own safety could be at risk. Phones from bystanders now joined the recording, the crowd drawn by flashing lights and raised voices. The captain thrived on the attention, playing to the cameras, shoving Marcus lightly, trying to elicit a reaction that would justify the narrative he was crafting. And still, Marcus waited. His silence was power, his patience his shield. But the tension was growing unbearable, and the moment of truth was closing in fast. The captain pushed harder this time, shoving Marcus back against the hood of a patrol car. Laughter echoed among the officers as one announced, "Got ourselves another one." The cameras zoomed in, capturing every humiliating second. For the crowd, it looked like another tragic story unfolding. A black man, cornered, powerless, outnumbered by authority. Gasps rose as the captain reached for his cuffs, announcing charges that didn't exist. But then the atmosphere shifted. Marcus's hand moved slowly, not in defiance, not in fear, but with deliberate control. From his pocket, he pulled out his wallet. The captain sneered, expecting excuses, expecting desperation. But instead, the glint of a federal badge caught the flashing lights. The laughter stopped. The crowd went silent. The officers froze, and the captain's face drained of color. Marcus spoke at last, his voice steady, cutting through the thick air. He didn't shout. He didn't need to. His words carried the weight of authority, of truth, of a system bigger than the corrupt spectacle unraveling before everyone's eyes. "You've just framed a federal agent." Phones captured every word. The same audience the captain wanted for his rise now bore witness to his downfall. The silence was deafening, broken only by the murmurs of disbelief spreading through the crowd. In a single moment, the performance collapsed. The captain stumbled backward, his arrogance crumbling under the realization of what he had done. Cameras that once made him powerful had turned into evidence against him. The stage he built became his prison. The captain's smirk was gone, replaced by the pale silence of a man who realized he had just destroyed himself. Phones all around captured every second the attempted frame-up, the arrogance, and now the undeniable truth. In minutes, the clip that was meant to make the captain a star began spreading for a very different reason. He wasn't the hero of his own story, he had become the villain, lived for the world to see. Marcus didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. His badge, his calm restraint, his very presence said everything. The crowd looked at him differently now, not just as a black man targeted by authority, but as someone who carried the weight of both justice and the injustice he had just endured. The captain was escorted away that night, his own officers unable to shield him from accountability. But for Marcus, it wasn't about one man's downfall, it was about exposing a system that allowed moments like this to exist in the first place. Because for every undercover agent with the power to reveal the truth, there are countless others who never get that chance, whose voices are silenced before they can speak. This story doesn't end with applause. It ends with a question we all have to face. How many more lives have to be broken before change is more than a headline? And as viewers watched the footage go viral, one truth became clear: justice isn't just about punishing the guilty, it's about protecting the innocent. If this story moved you, don't let it end here. Share it. Talk about it. Be part of the change that so many voices are still fighting for. Stories like this are more than entertainment. They're reminders of the reality too many people live with every day. So if you believe these stories need to be heard, support our channel, it's free. Hit the like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss the next story. Together, we can shine a light on injustice and keep these conversations alive, because silence only helps the problem, and your voice, yes, yours, can help fight it.